Welcome back to the part 2 of the video that just ended now. 7 signs to know if you're going through trauma. And in this particular one, I'll be talking about how you can start on your journey to healing from trauma. Can you truly heal from trauma? The answer is yes. You can be totally and wholesomely healed from trauma. So if you've not watched that video, you may do well to either pause this particular video and go to watch that video so you can understand the story and come to this point. I actually filmed the whole thing in the last video, but while I was editing it, one way or the other, which I could not tell how it happened, I lost most of the clips of what I'm about to say now. I think I mistakenly deleted them without even knowing I did. It was when I was almost done with the editing, I was like, see, these points are not even included in this particular video, and this is why I'm back to really recreate this part of it. So let's talk about 7 steps or 7 ways toward total healing. Do well to hit the subscribe button if you've not done so, like this video, and also let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you so much for always letting me know your thoughts and also contributing in the comment section. The first step towards total healing is to know that your feelings are very valid and you're willing to heal. It is true, what you went through was valid. No one is going to take away that experience from you. No one is going to take away what you saw, what you experienced, what happened to you. You're the one in that shoe. You're the one who went through whatever it is, be it the molestation, rape, losing your loved ones, losing something really vital and important to you. It is your story and it is very valid. Anyone trying to say, please don't just overlook this and overlook that, the person is just being insensitive to your feeling, because if they were the person in question, maybe in your shoe, they would have done worse than you are doing. So your feelings are valid. You know your feelings are valid and you are willing to heal. It is very okay to feel the fear, to feel the hate, to feel the guilt, to feel the isolation, and all of it is very okay because it happened to you. Don't try to even get numb or to numb all the feelings down or trying to be so strong, because if you try to claim to be strong where you have totally not healed, you are just going to be a ticking bomb, which if not healed, you will explode. So don't give in to the ego that tells you something is actually wrong with you. The truth is nothing is wrong with you. If you need some time, just take some time off, mourn your loss, cry out, talk to God, and let it go. Letting it go is that willingness to embark on this journey. So the first step to healing is knowing that your feelings are very valid and you are willing to heal. The second is take care of your health. You know, when you go through all of these things, you're tempted to overeat, you're tempted to go into alcoholism, drug addiction, you're tempted to just neglect yourself because somewhere in your head you're told that you are not worth it. And neglecting your health, where you just eat anyhow without even caring, will worsen the whole situation. Okay, finally, when you're able to overcome your loss, you will now start a fresh journey of trying to overcome drug addiction, alcoholism, or even trying to put extra effort on. Instead of just exercising your body to just stay fit, you're exercising so you can lose a lot of weight that you have gathered all through this period that you were neglecting yourself and you were mourning your loss. It is always hard to do, but when you're going through all this, just try to see that you're not deliberately making the problems become bigger, making it escalate more than the normal level it should be. See that you take care of your health, see that you get enough rest, drink a lot of water, try to exercise, jog, walk, dance, work out, do something fun that is also a form of exercise and taking care of your body. And one honest truth is, most of the food we eat affect our mood. They affect how we feel, whether we feel so excited or whether we feel moody and go back into our shell. So you need to just watch out for that. Number 3 is don't isolate yourself. You will have this urge, this temptation to stay away from people because it was someone that hurt you. It was someone that caused what hurts you. But let me tell you, as one who has survived these steps or this stage, the truth is, in as much as we have so many, 1,000 millions of bad people in this world, there are still millions of very sweet, warm people who desire to just look after you, care for you, help you through this journey. So just resist the urge to isolate yourself, because when you isolate yourself, you are giving the enemy time to really occupy your heart and idle man is the devil's workshop. And it is true. When you're idle, when you're isolated, you don't speak to nobody, YouTube will even start suggesting or recommending some certain kind of videos that will even, some certain kind of videos, some certain kind of songs, some certain kind of things that even make your mood to even get worse. And the thought, our minds, our brains are always functioning. Your brain will always keep telling you, do this, do that, and it will keep making the situation worse. Number 4 is God. In your vulnerability, in your heartbreak, in your tears, always have it in mind that you can run back to God and you will find grace. You will find grace to go through this period. You are the one in the shoe. You know exactly how it feels. And it is God who knows more than every other person, who knows even more than you that feeling. And also always have it in mind that you have made this deliberate step to embark on your healing journey. So you have to be vulnerable, you have to be open so you can totally heal. If you want to cry, cry. You want to vent, vent. But in the midst of it all, ask God for help. He's the only one who can restore the time wasted. Search the scriptures, spend time to listen to messages from seasoned ministers of God, spend time to listen to worship songs. Let your heart show gratitude because you are still alive. There is hope for one who is alive. It's only one who is, those people who are no longer alive, they don't have hope anymore. But once you're alive and go through whatever it is you're going through, it shows that there is hope for you. And a man with hope is a man who can still recreate new opportunities, is a man who can still be part of the beauty of life and still enjoy the beauty of life. So you find really comforting verses in the scriptures that will help you, deal with whatever situation you are going through. And if you feel like, okay, I don't know any scriptures, just do well to just go on Google and type scriptures for depression, scriptures for sickness, scriptures for this, and you see tons and thousands, not thousands, hundreds or tens of these scriptures available for your use. And at the same time, try to see that you do not neglect the brethren. Try to see that you study the scriptures together with them. No, the Bible said we should not forsake the gathering of the children of God. I'm telling the honest truth. I have experienced a situation where I have never been to physical church for almost 3 years of my life, like staying in China for 3 years. I know the toll it took on me for not having that physical communion with the brethren. So you wouldn't want to experience such a thing. Try to see that while you are venting, you're crying to God, you're seeking for his help, for that peace that Christ and that hope he promises you. Also do well to have the body of Christ as a supporting system to your healing. The 5th way to a total healing is to go for therapy. I am telling you honest truth. There are some things your pastors cannot help you with. They can help you spiritually, but there are things that you need to discuss with a certified therapist. Look for Christian therapists. Why I even recommend Christian therapists is because they know the word of God, they know our freedom in Christ, and they've been trained also. They incorporate both research, experience, and training to help you get to the point of total healing from trauma. Try the best you can and see that you don't bottle up all these feelings, you don't bottle up all of these things and just think it is just going to end spiritually. Yes, the Lord will help you, but you also need to talk to, you need to speak out, you need to speak with somebody. Don't just speak to anybody you see on the street. Try to look for a therapist. I know that back home in Nigeria, we don't really do more of therapists. We just do more of going to elders or going to pastors or something, because it's not something that has been welcomed at the moment in Nigeria. But I would really recommend you check online for online therapists, Christian therapists. Enrolling for therapy with a Christian therapist will help you fasten your healing process. It will help you numb the feeling of guilt, the feeling of fear. It will help you know that there's someone holding your hand in this process to coming out of the valley of the shadow of death. Because if you really do not take time to heal from your trauma, you're going to be a ticking bomb, a time bomb that will not just explode on yourself and ruin your future, you also ruin innocent people around who would have been a better support for you. Try to see that you go for therapy. I know that back home in Nigeria is not something that is encouraged. When you have problems, they'll ask you to go to your pastor, your minister, your imam, your elders, and the rest of that. In as much as they are very good, which I'm not denying their fact, but there are people who have been trained. They incorporate their experience, their training, and their research also to hold your hand and help you through this process. And if you're really led and you want to talk with me regarding what you're going through, please don't bottle your feelings up. Open up and speak to somebody. You can check the description box for a link to book a call with me. So do well, make good use of that link, book a call with me, and let's really talk about you, about what you're going through, and incorporate these steps to helping you walk out of trauma totally healed. The next thing is for you to recognize your emotional triggers and do your best to avoid them. Those things that triggers you and reminds you of your trauma, those places, those people, those situations, that movie that always remind you of what you go through. You may just do well to totally avoid them and replace that energy with finding fun thing to do. Maybe you could start learning to paint. You can even start YouTubing to record your situation, or even record your healing process, or even record your journey. Or you can go for photography. You can just go and learn something fun that will help direct your thought, your mind, your focus on the right things, and stop making you dwell more on what you went through in the past. And then the seventh thing is for you to limit your social media exposure and take care of yourself. That self-care. According to research, that when you are going through trauma and you do most of your time watching the TV, watching the news, looking up people's life on social media, scrolling Instagram and seeing how beautiful everybody's life is, instead of making you heal, it's rather going to make you worse. So when you have made up your mind to begin your journey on healing, one of the things you like to do is just stay away from the media for a number of months. You can do that. People do that because prior to social media coming up, you and I lived normal lives. So if you really are looking for healing and you truly are ready to heal, you have to just pause your reduce drastically your exposure to social media, and also practice self-care routines. Self-care can be sleeping. Self-care can be going to spa. Self-care can be going to make your hair. Self-care can be dancing and singing. Self-care can be having dinners with friends. Self-care can be staying away from drinks, any alcoholic drinks that's going to make you so high. Self-care can be having smoothies. Self-care can also be going to the river to swim if you can still access river. Self-care can be leaving your environment. Maybe you live in Lagos. You can leave Lagos and go back to your village for a week just to cool off, just to experience new environments. That's if you can't travel abroad. Maybe you can't travel to another country. You can either leave your city to your village, or leave your house to an hotel for a couple of days, or just leave your house to your friend's place. Yes, if you think you can't afford the hotel, you can go to the village, you can travel abroad, you can leave your house to your friend's place, spend a day or two in her house, so that both of you can catch up and have fun. It's also a part of self-care. So you wouldn't want all those feeling of unworthiness, the feeling of guilt, the feeling of your life being stagnant that the social media will push to your face. You will need to, since you wouldn't want those feelings, you will need to stay away from the media and have more time with real people in your vicinity. I want to strongly believe that you've seen I know there are other steps that can help you, to fasten your healing process, but these are the 7 key steps that can help you, key ways for you to totally heal from trauma. I do not promise you that once you start doing this, it's going to work overnight. That's why you need a hand to hold you. You need someone to be accountable to. You need someone that you can still vent on. You need someone that you can still, call up and be like, I'm trying, but it's not working. And let that person be like, okay, remind you of your steps, remind you of where you've come from, remind you of how much effort you've put in, and also remind you of how close you are to your healing. So you need to speak to somebody. Like I mentioned earlier, try to seek therapy, or you try to seek counseling from your pastor or from someone that really care about you. And if you sincerely still want to speak with me, do well to check the description box below. You see the link there. Make good use of that link, book a call with me, and let's start your journey towards healing, or let's pick up from wherever you stopped in your journey towards total healing from trauma. So in conclusion, total healing from trauma might feel so overwhelming, but you can do it. People have done it, I did it, and you too can do it, as long as you have the right resources, the right people, and you follow all these steps. I promise you'll be on your way to feeling so much better. soon. Thank you so much for watching this video and being on this with me. I know that you clicked on this video to watch simply or probably because you're going through it, or you want to be sure that what is happening to you isn't trauma, or you know someone whom this video would have, or will help. Thank you for watching, and also thank you for also letting me know your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you for subscribing, and thank you for sharing it out with people, and also thank you for helping me and helping yourself and making good use of that link in the description box. I'm still Nali Ifoma, and I sincerely desire to see you live happily, healthy, and remember that our lives on earth are so short that we don't want to spend a major part of it dwelling on traumas instead of living a happy life. Stella.